Om Namo Bhagavate Ramakrishnaya. Lessons for Life from Swami Jagatmananji's inspiring book Learn to Live, Volume 2, Chapter 5. Transformation through prayer. Prayer, meditation, communion with God must be practiced every day. Now let us listen to Swami Jagatmananji's words of solace. A holy man, moved by the tribulations of a devotee, offered him the following words of comfort. It contains the essence of prayer. Quote, God is all-powerful, merciful. He who has taken shelter at the feet of God does not need to fear anything. God is all-powerful, merciful. He who has taken shelter at the feet of God does not need to fear anything. Consider your present difficulties as gifts of God's grace. The difficulties of today will not last throughout the life. Like the water flowing under the bridge, difficulties will disappear. Do not lose your patience. Be not anxious in your mind. Be patient. All the difficulties that arise in life have a meaning. They have a cause, but do not regret what is past. God watches everything. God hears every word of your prayer. Do not blame Him for not getting what you prayed for. No prayer goes in vain. Electricity flowing through the electric wire is invisible, but the glowing bulb confirms its presence. Similarly, the grace of God flows through the wire of faith and devotion, Shraddha and Bhakti. Repeating the holy name, one can experience it. Hence, repeat the name of God. Melted in fire, gold becomes pure. We realize that the world is full of sorrow when afflicted by difficulties. There is no real shelter for us other than the feet of God. There is no way left for us than to surrender to God. Pray to God whenever you face difficulties. God will certainly show you the way out. Just as the electricity generated in a main power station is supplied to various places, the great souls who have touched the feet of God spread spiritual awareness everywhere. You have a water pipe connection to your house, haven't you? Similarly, it is through spiritual personalities that God's grace flows to bless people. Just as water can be supplied simultaneously to all houses, God can hear and respond to the prayers of all at the same time. But water flows only when the residents of the house turn on the tap, and water fills the vessel only when it is placed under the tap. Only when we become obedient and truly humble, we can qualify for His grace. Forget not to remember His name constantly. Each time you utter your mantra, you will have laid a step further towards God. Each time you remember God, you are certain to receive His grace. There is air all around us, but we cannot see it. When the leaves sway, we experience the presence of air. It is the life and teachings of spiritual personalities that helps us to be aware of the presence of God. God hears even the footsteps of an ant. Why won't He respond to your prayer? This universe is completely controlled by an invisible yet omnipresent divine power. Pray to Him at all times, and you gain peace and bliss. all your difficulties will melt away. You will enjoy happiness. Sugar dissolved in water cannot be seen, but its taste indicates the presence of sugar in it. God and His name are inseparable. As we go on chanting the name of God, we are sure to feel His presence. When we want to teach a child to swim, we tie a rope around its waist so that it may not sink. Similarly, God fastens around the people the rope of mercy before they get entangled in the ocean of life. If the boy runs the risk of drowning, people on the bank pull him out of water by the rope. If devotees suffer from difficulties, God will never let them down. However crowded may be the bus, there is always place for the driver. No one can occupy the driver's seat. Similarly, however busy you may be, keep some time for prayer and meditation. Sing the glories of God. Detractors are always there in the world. Do not pay much heed to them. Think only of God. It will do you immense good. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Hari Om Tat Sat. Shri Ramakrishna Arpanamastu.